y'all, welcome back. I know it's been forever since I've made a video. It has taken me that long to finally get inside of my tiny house. This is the tiny house, as you well know, and it is now on my land and all of my infrastructure is complete. So come this way and I'll kind of show you how I hook up to all of my infrastructure. This is my well attachment. So this is where my water actually comes up. And then you can see I've got a heated hose here. This is a Pirate heated hose where the hose is actually, the heating element is built in and manufactured within the hose. I've read the reviews on it. They seemed really good. I don't know. We shall see. It is not winter time yet. But the hose leads directly into the tiny house where all of my infrastructure essentially comes in. This here is my septic system. As y'all know, I was required by the county to put in a septic. That is also what took so long. We live in a rainforest and we had an amazing amount of rain, more than normal, over the past year. So really, my well was dug within a day or two, but my septic took almost 9 months to finish, and I will show you why shortly. But septic comes out of the house here, into here, gets fed under my driveway into a pump system, which I'll show you in a little bit. And then this is all of my power. This is the main box for the house, and then obviously comes in here where I've got my hot water heater next to where the water comes in. This is actually where all of my utilities are stored, up in here. And so you can see by peeking in here, my hot water heater in there along with all of the water coming into the house. So it really is a great amount of storage. And you can see I've got some winter things in here as well, including my Christmas tree, because we're still a little early for Christmas, even though it's all over the stores right now. I can't believe that, in September. So that's generally what this serves. All of my utilities come in. This is my telephone line. I did have to bring in a phone line so that I could get Wi-Fi. So phone line's here, trenched all the way around, and I have my wireless router, where else? Hidden in a staircase. I'll show you that when we get inside. So obviously, as you know, I had to drill a well, and if you look all the way up at the top of the property, that lovely fake rock, that is actually the head of my well, and then it's gravity fed. So of course it comes all the way down here to where I'm standing. And this is my shutoff valve, just like a normal house, where it's then fed into my well pump, old school pump that actually feeds my water into the house. The septic is the one that's a little bit stranger. I am too close to the river to actually put my septic drain field on this land. So this is what took so long. Let me show you where my drain field is. If we come all the way over here, we're now at the street. At the top of that hill where you see the sunspot way up there, that is actually my septic drain field. So yes, I am actually pumping my waste uphill. So that took forever with all the rain that we had. The bulldozers couldn't work on such a steep slope without sliding. So that's really what took so long. So the way that it works is after it comes out of my tiny house, it is drained all the way to a grinder pump right here. So this is a pump station here. It's a grinder pump within a tank. And actually what it does, it's got a float arm on it. And once the water reaches a certain level, it actually raises the arm and it kicks the pump on. So this grinder pump grinds up all of the waste and then it pumps it under the street all the way uphill to the drain field. It took a long time. I'm learning all about this system. They have a little siren here as a backup, and should my pump ever stop working and I'm no longer pumping waste uphill, it's a very loud siren that goes off. Again, that's required by the county. So this is absolutely the reason I bought this piece of property to put my tiny house on. The property itself is very small, but the good news is it doesn't matter because my house is even smaller. But this is my view as we walk out of the tiny house. This is the Tuckasegee River, and I'm thrilled to be able to tell you that I can actually view the Tuckasegee River from just about every spot inside the house, which you'll see shortly. So now that I've actually been living in the tiny house for a little bit over 3 weeks, I've been kind of testing things out to see how they work, and I'm mostly thrilled with the outcome. As you know, I do have the full-size refrigerator. Obviously, it's big enough for just me. It holds all of my necessities, including wine, all that good stuff. I have now gotten to use both the cooktop and the oven. Like I told y'all, perfect size for my frozen pizzas. I'm really enjoying the way that it's working out. I have plenty of storage, both in the Lazy Susan cabinet and in this cabinet up here. Okay, y'all can see how unhealthy I am. But this is serving well as my pantry. So I use this area and this for the pantry. Cleaning supplies, and of course garbage in here. It's on a pull-out. All of my pots and pans are stored in here. There also is a pull-out. So I pretty much have found room for everything and actually have some space left over. Don't worry, I'm sure I'll fill it within the next few weeks. But for now, it's working wonderfully. The only thing I keep on the countertop is the coffee pot, because y'all don't want to see me without coffee, I promise. But also, it makes it feel much less cluttered as long as you can, keep everything off of the surfaces. The couch, love it. It's fabulous. I'm actually able to take nice, comfy naps here and watch TV. That's working out perfectly. But the most exciting thing to me is the mini split that's up here above the couch. The great news about the mini split, now obviously we're in the beginning of September, so I have been using the air conditioning quite a bit, and to be honest, this was thrilling to me. When I turned the AC on for the very first time 3 weeks ago, this house had never had AC before, so it was like 103 degrees in here. I timed it. It took exactly 4 minutes to bring the entire tiny house to the temperature of 68. Let me tell y'all, I'm in heaven. And what definitely makes my entire house function the way that I need it to function, it all boils down to this hidden closet behind my entertainment center, honestly. This is, like I suspected, where I keep all of the daily items that nobody needs to see. This is where I actually have my broom and my dustpan. Again, when I get home from work every day, I have to have somewhere to put my purse. So I've hid it in here so it's not cluttering up the countertop. But I'll tell you, the biggest saving grace of all has been my trusty dustbuster. I'm not gonna lie. I don't even use a dustpan and a broom. I seriously just zoom this all over the tiny house. And it takes me about 4 or 6 minutes, something like that, to clean every day. Obviously, I'm cleaning pretty much every day because the more junked up it gets, it just feels smaller. I will tell you, if you're gonna do something like this, make sure that you put power in here. I have 2 power receptacles in this closet, one for the television, but I also have a power receptacle in here so that I can mount the docking station for my dustbuster and still have it charge and have power in here. So this has been a huge saving grace for the layout and function of this house. We're now in the bathroom, and I know you already know how excited I was about the full-size tub. Yes, I take a bath at least every day, sometimes twice a day. It's dreamy, it's perfect, I'm very happy with it. But what I wanted to talk to you about was the functionality of the storage in here. Again, I have too much storage in here. I'm sure I'll grow into it. But these 3 baskets aren't even full. I mean, this serves as, where I keep my medicines and hair products and stuff like that. So I still have a complete empty basket here. The other thing, in my vanity, I have both a drawer and a cabinet, not near full. And then of course, I also have the medicine cabinet behind my mirror. So I've kind of added a lot of storage in here because, well, I was scared about not having enough. One of the other big things, I didn't have a place to store my toilet paper and my paper towel, so I kind of hide it right here, out of the way, and it's my little hidden trap door, and so nobody really has to see that. The other big thing I did, this exhaust vent. Obviously, there's an exhaust vent in almost every bathroom you typically see, but this one is automatic humidity censored. Since mold is always such a problem in tiny houses, not only did I put the mechanical breathing system in my ERV in the living room, I added this ventilation fan, and it does directly vent under my stairs all the way to the outside. But this pretty much runs and kicks on its own almost every time I'm in the house because there's so much moisture in my breath that it really does draw a lot of the humidity out through this fan. So far so good. I'm pretty excited with the way it's working, but this is a test, so I will let you know. So coming out of the bathroom, we're on the way up to the bedroom, and as you already know, we have utilized all of the stairs for shoe storage, both down here and up in the bedroom. I'm thrilled to tell you, I have not even used every single stair, so there's room to grow, perhaps some more shoes in the future, not sure. I also have my wireless router in this stair as well. We brought it in through the exterior storage space and drilled a hole to come up right into these stairs. So it serves this purpose quite well. When it comes to the laundry, the stackable washer dryer, I know you've seen it before, and I'll tell you, it works wonderfully. The washer dryer is actually spectacular for the whole washer and drying process, but I will tell you an unintended consequence. When I first did my laundry in here and the washer was on its spin cycle, it absolutely shook the house so much I honestly thought I was in an earthquake. So I never even thought about that, but there we go. There's something that I've learned. And then over here, you can see that I've got plenty of room in my closet, you know, enough for my travel suitcase, dirty laundry, clothing, sweaters, and all that good stuff. What's made this work so well was that we did add these drawers here because, as you know, not everything gets folded. So t-shirts and socks and undergarments and things like that go here. My dressing areas worked out quite well. I do have an area in here for my hair dryer with a plug in there so that, again, I don't have to leave everything laying out. It just makes it easier to kind of clean up and put everything back in its place each morning. And the one thing that I've really appreciated the most, as y'all know, I was trying really hard to avoid crawling into bed at night. So I was really careful and deliberate about how I space these stairs. And again, more shoe storage, of course. But the important thing is, as I come up the stairs to go to bed, and the height is going to be different for every person depending on how tall they are, I had to move this skylight box to give me the clearance to get up in my bed without having to hunch over or crawl. And I also had to rework the stairs probably 4 or 5 times. Ricky was awesome about making sure that it was perfectly sized for my height. So when I go to bed, I can just sit in my bed, kind of get in like a normal person without having to crawl and lay down and also sit up in the middle of the night. And it's all because of the skylight. As y'all know, this was a custom application. And I can tell you, I've been living in it for a month, almost. And the tiny house has been completed for over a year, and I'm happy to report there have been no leaks in the skylight. I do love being able to stare at the stars at night. That's been a lovely addition. But to be honest with you, when I'm ready to go to bed, I absolutely close them because I don't want the sun waking me up at the crack of dawn. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. I will continue to let you know. In 3.5 weeks in, I'm pretty darn excited about the outcome. Thanks, y'all.